Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Black Dynamite. And this movie came out in 2009, and it is basically a parody of 1970s blaxploitation films, and it's set in the 70s. And I've seen this movie once before. I remember loving it back then, and wow, I really loved it just as much, if not more, this time. And this movie, it was like absolutely hilarious to me. Like, it really just hit everything that I wanted in a comedy. It made me laugh a lot. And this is probably one of, if not my favorite comedies ever made. At the very least, pretty high up there. And it's also very easy for me to rewatch because it's only an hour and a half. And it just flies by for me. There's like no filler in this movie whatsoever. The acting's really great in it, and everyone's really over the top, but that's the point of it. And there's points in this movie where it's like kind of poorly made, like a very choppy editing, but I kind of feel like it was just imitating a style, so I can be more forgiving on it because, okay, maybe that's just like how those movies were edited, and like it kind of cheaply, but also kind of like poking fun at it and making it clear that you're poking fun at it. And that's really what works about this movie, is that the intention of every choice in this movie is always very clear for me. The look of the film, it's like very 1970s, and with it also being set in the 70s, it just makes sense, and it just has a lot going for it. It kind of reminded me of Grindhouse, like with Planet Terror and Death Proof. It didn't have like lots of scratches and imperfections like Planet Terror. It more had the look of Death Proof in the first half of the movie. Of that movie, sorry. Personally, I'm a big fan of Death Proof. I know a lot of people don't really like it that much, but I love Death Proof, and this movie I loved even more. And it just sold me everything that I would have wanted out of a movie like this. And I really love the moments when Black Dynamite enters a scene. The music goes, "Dynamite!" And that was always really funny to me. It was like a punchline, and it gets you excited to see what's going to happen next. And the dialogue is very funny in this movie, and everyone's very over the top, and the action is a lot of fun, and it's crazy, doesn't stop. I love it. And there's also moments where the characters look directly at the mic because it's slightly in frame. And that was pretty funny to me. And I feel as though that was an intentional choice. And you can tell like certain background characters are just like moving around like they don't really know what to do. And they're just like not really acting. But I feel as though that was intentional as well. And going back to the editing of the movie, there are points in this movie where the editing matches the music in terms of like rhythm and beats, and I thought that was really cool. I love how self-aware this movie is, and I love that it doesn't hold back. And this is not a movie that I would recommend watching with your family, unless your family is just fine with anything and everything, a movie just going all out and just not stopping. Like, if you're fine with that, then I guess watch it. But otherwise, I would recommend watching this movie by yourself, because there's a decent amount of nudity in this movie. And I was getting quite a bit of laughs from that. There were lots of memorable and hilarious scenes in this movie, and I can pretty much tell you exactly what happens in the plot, scene by scene by scene, after only seeing it, well, in total twice. But just from this one viewing, I can pretty much say what happens in the story, like which scene comes after another scene for the most part. The reason why I'm saying all this is just to show how much this movie stuck with me after rewatching it. And I do think that this movie is also really great to watch in a group. Despite me not really recommending that you watch it with your family, if you watch it in the right group, I feel as though you'll all have a blast while watching this movie. And it's just one of those movies where, whether or not you're paying attention to the entire film like 100%, you can still enjoy it and have a blast while watching it. I guess I should also mention really quickly the TV show that came out after this movie. I've seen a few episodes of that, and it was pretty funny from what I remember. I haven't seen the whole thing. There's 2 seasons, and from what I saw, it was pretty funny. And overall, I just really love this movie. I would highly recommend it that you check this movie out whenever you get the chance. It's very funny, lots of style, and the intention of every choice is very clear. And my only real issue with the movie was just one shot where there was some clear CG fire that didn't look very convincing. But aside from that, I don't really have any issues with this movie. And anything that could be a flaw just like flies past, like that one little bit of CG fire. And this movie is kind of cheaply made in a way, but that kind of adds to the intent of the film and what it's going for. And I just love every choice for the most part. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Black Dynamite a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Black Dynamite, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Fully Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for A Serious Man. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.